Fall to Soar, Mounting Up on Eagle's Wings by Tara Rye. The nest is prepared. If you were able to fly high above the tallest trees or glide over the crag of a cliff, you might catch the glimpse of the eagle mother building her nest. Look over there. Do you see her? She is gathering supplies for her nest. What makes a good nest for eagle eggs? Mother eagle seeks for the perfect branches, knowing her little eaglet eggs will arrive soon. Her keen eye spots a branch with thorns. Perfect, she says. She swooshes to the ground to grab it with her talons, and her movements are so quick, only the keen eye will catch her trick. One by one, Mother Eagle lays branches among the rocks and debris to form her little eagle's bed. Hard twigs and pokey branches do not seem right for an egg to lie on, but this is what she worked hard at collecting with her mate. And upon completion, she walks across the 10-foot expanse to test the stability of what she had created by spreading out her wings as far as she could to make sure that the nest had the right capacity to hold her little brood. Satisfied with the strength of the space in her nest, Mother Eagle swiftly takes flight, searching the earth for softer objects this time. Her eagle eye vision observes a feather lying on a limb. Swoosh! She grabs it like a thief at night. Day after day, she gathers objects to line her nest above the high treetops, more than 200 feet high. Over time, the nest fills with feathers and fur from her prey. A red and blue piece of checkered fabric from a clothesline helps form a soft, comfortable bed for the eggs to lay on. Eggs fill the nest. Mother Eagle, content with her simple home, settles in for the arrival of her eggs. One egg arrives on Monday. It's about 3 inches long. Egg number 2 arrives after 3 on Tuesday, and 3:30 arrives egg 3. Mother Eagle proudly spreads her wings over her eggs to protect them from the predators. She hides them under the shadow of her wings, while Father Eagle flies as their guardian protector all over the countryside, both day and night. Mother and Father Eagle take turns defending the territory and the eggs that they carry their little baby birds. And after 35 long days, Father and Mother Eagle hear a tap, and then a crack, and then out pops a little beak. And no sooner did they see the beak than they see a cheek. And slowly but surely, the baby eaglet pokes out from the inside, working his way out until evening twilight. And out he comes, shaking his tail feathers this way and that, wobbling in the comfort of his nest. What space, he thinks as he scampers about. What more can an eagle want than this big nest for a home? And soon his brother and sister come out of their shells. They all live peacefully in a nest high above the earth, far below. Little Eaglet shouts, "What more can I ask for than a high rise in the sky with my brother, my sister, my father, and my mother?" Little Eaglet feels so safe and happy in his nest, he never wonders why God gave him great big wings. Look beyond the nest. One day, Father Eagle suggested to his son, "Come over here, little Eaglet, so you can stretch your wings." And little Eaglet scurried quickly to the edge of the great big nest, only to discover as he peered over the ledge of the nest that if he fell, it would most certainly be his death. This nest rested precariously high up on the ledge of a cliff, and down below was a tiny strand of water weaving below the earth. Cautiously, little Eaglet backed away, and he rushed to his mother's side and nestled up against her chest, and he said, "That's enough for today." He did not care to stretch his wings out. All he wanted was for Mother to comfort him, and he did not want to go out. Eaglet decided he was content to stay beside his family in the spacious nest all day. "Why would I leave here? It's comfortable and safe. Mother and Father protect me and feed me. Life is good. I do not need anything or want anything. I'll stay put and leave the flying to the other birds." The nest is stirred. Just as these thoughts rolled around in Eaglet's brain, Mother Eagle took flight, flying far into the woods. It was a long time before she came back calling his name. Eaglet! Eaglet! He opened his beak, thinking she had food. After all, Mother always brings something back when she flies into the woods. But to his surprise, Mother did not fill his beak. Instead, she displayed her talons as she landed in the nest, and she started to walk back and forth, ripping out everything soft. "Even the fur must go," she exclaimed. "Why?" Eaglet cried. He wanted to shout, "Have you gone mad, Mother?" She kept ripping out the soft cushion he had come to know and love. She paced back and forth, never answering his simple plea. From one end of the nest to the other, she took out the feathers and the fur and the fabric pieces, leaving only twigs, branches, and prickly burrs. Gusts of wind blew through their nest that day, ruffling Eaglet's feathers and chilling his bones. It made him not want to stay. He definitely did not understand what this was all about. "I like our nest that is safe and secure. I do not like the branches and the pokes inside. Why did Mother stir the nest? I liked it before when it was cozy and warm inside." Staying in the nest is not always the best. Little Eaglet did not realize Mother Eagle prepared for him to leave the nest. Mother Eagle explained to Eaglet, "Eagles are meant to soar 10,000 feet in the sky, not to hide in a nest, letting life pass them by. You must learn to fly." She began to stir the nest and removed all that made him comfortable. "You can no longer be content with life as it is. It's time for you to explore the great world beyond what you can see. As you grow, your wings will spread 7 feet or more. You can't stay here. I might trip on your wings and hurt you. Then you'll never be able to soar." "Well, it might not be comfortable in this nest, but I like it here. All I know, and it's just good enough for me, and I'll stay here." Mother Eagle understood from experience where Eaglet's thoughts were going. So she prepared in her heart to send him out in flight. And gracefully she rose just a little above his head and suddenly began flapping her wings with powerful might. Little Eaglet could not get away from her persistent strength. Over and over and over, again and again, she flapped her wings over his little head, and all 3 eaglets ran amok in the nest. They could not hide from the mother's endless wing flapping on the starry night. One little eaglet tried to hide among the branches and twigs, only to realize he could not hide from the one who knew it best. After all, she was the one that made the nest. She knew every crevice and every corner too. There was nowhere to hide. "What must we do?" Eaglet thought as he ran to the other side. Mother's relentless wings flapped until one little eaglet cried out in fright, "Mother, don't you love me? Why are you making me want to leave the nest tonight?" "Little one, I know it is right. It's time for you to spread your wings and fly. God did not intend for you to live in this nest all the days of your life. Trust me, you must fly to higher heights." Eaglet leaves the nest. Little Eaglet paused and looked at his mother. "How can this be love sending me over the edge? It's far down. I'm sure to break my head." And just then Eaglet realized a pattern to her flight. Every few minutes she paused from flapping her wings and gently resting them on the edge of the nest. And he thought, "If I can climb up my mother's neck, then I'll be out of the relentless flapping and out of her sight." He quickly decided what he must do. "When Mother rests, I'll climb on her wings and hide on her neck." He ran about avoiding her wings. Flap, flap, pause, rest. and as quick as lightning, he scampered up her wings, grasping the base of her neck. Praising himself for this smart little trick, he settled in for a moment, thinking, this is the end of that plight. Nevertheless, Eaglet's mother knew, after all, this is what any smart eaglet would do. And in an instant, Mother took flight, leaving the comfort and safety of everything Eaglet ever knew. What is she doing? This is not what I thought she would do. Eaglet cried in his heart, clinging tighter to the feathers with all his might. And higher and higher and higher she flew, soaring above the cloud line. Eaglet wondered, what am I to do? Slowly but surely, he began to relax, allowing himself to steal a glance. Wow, what a wonderful view! This is awesome! I can't wait until I can fly too. And Mother continued the climb. Eaglet falls when he leaves the nest. Eaglet's delight escaped him. Whoopee! What a fun game! And without warning, at least that's what he thought, Mother rolled sideways. Eaglet grabbed tight, but his talons slipped, and his mother purposely dropped him in the great expanse of the sky. And Eaglet screeched, Mother, why? And without any forethought, Eaglet furiously flapped his wings, and he flapped faster and faster as he watched the earth grow closer in sight. And as much as he tried, he could not soar at all that night. As he did this, he flapped and flapped. How do Mother and Father take flight? His heart beat faster and faster as he longed for the safety of his mother's wings. No longer able to bear the fast approaching ground, Eaglet closed his eyes, waiting his fate without a single sound. And just before he hit the top of the trees, Mother Eagle swooped under him and caught him on her wings. For a second, he did not know if he hit the ground, so he peeked, and he saw the white, layered feathers of his mother's head. He grabbed on again, this time very tight, as her body tilted upward, soaring to higher heights. He knew what was coming, so he readied himself, trying to learn how to fly. He thought he could do it this time. Eaglet soars high above the nest. Trust me, Eaglet. God made you to soar. Do not work so hard flapping your wings. Relax and let the eagle come out. He's inside you. Spread your wings out as far as you can, then rest and let the wind lift you up. Once you do this, I promise you will soar. Eaglet now had ears that were ready to hear, and this time he listened with a readiness to respond, and he reminded himself, I'm an eagle. I can fly to higher heights. God made me for a purpose, and part of this is to fly. This time, Mother readied him for the drop that was soon to come. Eaglet understood it was for his good she sought. She only wanted him to take off and fly. He readied himself to do whatever it took. Mother Eagle tilted and Eaglet rolled, and off her side, tumbling for a moment in a free fall from the sky. Trust me, Mother shouted. Don't flap so hard. Just spread your wings, relax, and let the wind carry you. I'm here. I promise I will not fly away. Eaglet looked down at the earth below and saw the ground falling up faster than he really wanted to know. Slowly, he stretched out his wings to their fullest expanse and gingerly moved them up and down, feeling the breeze through his feathers. Surprise overtook him as he began to glide on the wind, and it lifted him up and carried him as if he was meant to sit on the wind. He no longer lived with fright. He trusted the wind to take him to higher heights. I got it. I get it. I'm flying. I feel it. I feel the strength of the wind. I know its power comes when I'm still within. I am an eagle intended to soar. Thank you, dear mother, for stirring the nest. I now understand why you did the rest. Eaglet suddenly turned to fly higher in the sky. As Mother Eagle watched her little eagle fly, he circled and turned and going up and down, enjoying the freedom of the sky as his playground. He mounted up on his eagle wings and soared. The flight continues. So what is the moral of this tale? You are the eaglet intended to soar. The Father in heaven has higher heights for you to explore. Please do not settle for less when you have the freedom of flight. Trust in the Lord with all your might, and you too will mount up on wings of eagles and soar. I will see you in flight. Are you ready to soar? Isaiah 40:31. But those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on the wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. The end.